Hi, Lauren, aka Moses here. And how many of you are doing a diet? Now, of course, when I say diet, automatically we think of weight, getting rid of fat, uh, being healthier. But you know what? There's a lot more to a diet than just the physical aspects of it. There are emotional diets, what we think about a lot of the time, and sometimes more importantly, what we don't think about is what's running our life more than most of us are willing to admit. The reality is that um, the majority of what we do on a day-to-day basis and is out of habit. Now, we're all subject to it. I am, you are, and probably one of the most commonly used examples of how we do things by habit is when we're driving a car. When you're driving a car, when you get in that car and you have a destination that you're going to go to, most likely it's a destination that you've been to many a times: the grocery store, the barber shop, uh, out to the mall to shop, go see the doctor, whatever. But you do them on a pretty consistent basis, or particularly, for an example, if you have a job that you go to every day. It's almost automatic. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that there's been many times that you started out in the car driving down the road and suddenly realized you're going not where you wanted to go. You're going somewhere just out of the habit. You turn right on this street instead of left, and you wanted to go left, but you normally go right. It's amazing how many things that we do without even thinking about them. And in some senses, that's good. It's kind of like riding a bicycle. Once you learn to ride the bicycle, you don't really ever forget how to ride it. You may not ride it over a long period of time, but 10 chances to 1, when you get on that bike again, you'll remember how to ride it. Well, it's the same thing with the other habits that we have. And unless we do things that will change those habits, what you're doing today, you'll still be doing tomorrow. You'll still be doing however much time you actually have to do it. You'll still be doing those things unless you make a conscious effort to change the way you're doing things. It's called you simply have to think about your thoughts and why you're doing things. Uh, you know, why do you put on your left shoe first and your right shoe second every morning, or every time you put on your shoes? You don't really even think about it, you just do it. So, the reason I bring this up is because if you're not happy with where you are in your life at this time, and trust me, there are a lot of people that are not happy. They don't understand why they cannot get past where they are. If it's because of money, or they don't feel like they have enough money, well, that's right in itself is the reason that you're not moving. If you if you think about and focus on the lack of money, that's what you're going to keep getting. It it it's simply the law of attraction. You keep getting what you're thinking about. If you focus on what it would feel like to have all the money that you wanted, that you don't even really need to think about how much money you're going to have, but that you have plenty of money, and focus and try to build that emotion of what it feels like to be in that position, to have the money that you want, and then then relax and let it happen. Now, you know, once, they say, and it's true, Rome wasn't built in a day. But you know what? They built it every day. So day after day after day, if you keep focusing on the things that you want to do and the things that you want to have, but you focus on feeling the emotion that you already have them, and you don't have to lie to yourself about it. You just simply think about what it would feel like for the things that you want to have happen would happen. If you had all the money, what would that feel like? Would it feel like you could do what you want to do? Would it feel like, what would it feel like if you could go purchase the one thing that you really would like to have right now? What would that feel like? Think about it. Because that's what makes things happen, is focusing with emotion. And if you get nothing other than that from what I'm saying right now, then I'm here to tell you, it is, well, it happens. Sometimes it's hard to explain how things work, but everything is energy. And by focusing on something, that causes the energy to flow to it. I know that maybe is a little deep, but that is the way it is. So for today, tomorrow, the next day, for the next 30 days, think about the one thing that, if money was no object, what you would want to have, and then focus on what it would feel like to you to be able to get that it's yours, it's there, it's now. Get that feeling. And I appreciate your time. I'm not taking any more of it. It's my pleasure always to visit with you. So, Lauren, aka Moses, and as always, I am pulling for your success.